Beloved brothers and sisters, dear seekers of truth and light, greet the dawn of your awakening. Sit in the warmth of your own heart, for today we gather in spirit to heed a call that echoes through eternity. This message is for the chosen ones, those whose souls stir with an inner knowing that earth can no longer contain them. If you feel that sacred pull, that gentle but insistent urging toward something greater, I invite you now, type "I am ready" in the comments. Declare your willingness to step beyond the veil. There comes a time when the soul cannot pretend anymore, a moment when your spirit starts screaming through the silence, not because you're in danger, not because you're confused, but because you've awakened in a world that's still asleep. This is the moment when everything around you starts to feel wrong, even when it looks right on the surface. The music sounds off. The laughter feels hollow. The smiles look staged. The patterns of this world suddenly become unbearable. And the reason is simple. Your soul has been touched by something higher. You're not restless because you're weak. You're restless because you're growing. And Earth can't hold you anymore. You no longer fit in the places that once made you feel safe. You can't laugh at the same jokes, sit through the same conversations, or find joy in shallow entertainment. The things that used to comfort you now feel like chains. That chosen one is the sign. That's the divine signal. It's not burnout. It's not mood swings. It's not anxiety. It's awakening. A holy discomfort has entered your life, and it will not leave you until you surrender to the truth. You are being called higher. God is stirring something inside of you that this world cannot satisfy, and it's not a punishment, it's preparation. You are no longer blind, you are no longer numb. Your eyes are wide open. You see through the smiles, you see through the roles, you see through the lies that people feed themselves just to survive another day. You are not judging them, but you can't unsee what you see. That's how you know. That's how you feel it. You've been marked, set apart, chosen. Not to live above others, but to live beyond the noise. There is a sacred unease in your spirit, a kind of inner trembling that no therapist can explain and no friend can fix. That's because this is not a problem. It's an invitation. Heaven is calling you to remember who you are and what you came here for. And the first sign is always the same. Restlessness. Holy restlessness. A deep, bone-level rejection of false peace. You can't force yourself to believe in what no longer holds weight in your soul. You can't bow to traditions, expectations, or systems that were built to keep spirits asleep. You find yourself pulling away from people you used to laugh with. You feel more alone in crowds than you do in silence. You crave truth. You crave meaning. You crave God, not religion, not noise, not someone else's doctrine, but God. The real one, the one that meets you in your room at 2 a.m. when your chest is heavy and your eyes can't cry anymore. The one who shows up when no one else even knows you're breaking. That God. And you know He's near, because nothing else is working anymore. You were designed for this. Designed to outgrow. Designed to evolve. Designed to walk away from what looks perfect and choose what feels holy. That's why people don't understand you anymore. That's why you feel like a stranger in your own life. That's why you can't relate to the things that excite everyone else. Because you've been touched by truth. And truth ruins fake forever. You didn't ask for this, but here you are. You didn't plan it, but now you can't go back. And even if you try, the food of this world won't fill you anymore. You've tasted something better. You've touched something real. You've heard the whisper of heaven saying, "Rise." And I need you to know, it's okay. You're not alone. What you're feeling is confirmation. That restlessness is not random. That ache in your chest is not weakness. That inability to fake it anymore is not a flaw. It's alignment. It's evidence. It's transformation. The higher realm is reaching for you, and you're being called out of the crowd. Let the others laugh. Let them chase comfort. Let them build altars to distraction. But not you. You've been called to carry light, and light cannot live in darkness without disturbing it. The moment you awakened, the war intensified. You may not have realized it then, but the second your eyes opened, truly opened, you stepped onto a battlefield far older than your body. Before, you were just another soul walking quietly through this broken world, sleeping, number, distracted, like so many others. Satan left you alone because you weren't a threat. He only fights what he fears. But the second your spirit remembered who you were, the second you began to reject the false peace of this world, he turned his eyes to you. The devil noticed your shift, and heaven rejoiced. You see, Satan is subtle with sleepers. He whispers in ways they can't hear. He uses comfort as a weapon. He uses noise as a blindfold. He hides in addiction, in pride, in the applause of the crowd. But when someone wakes up, when someone starts to sense the veil lifting, he changes his approach. No more quiet whispers. Now he sends storms. Now he sends confusion, betrayal, temptation, distraction. Why? Because he's trying to rock your foundation. He's trying to see if you really know who you are now, or if you'll go back to sleep when the pressure hits. But chosen ones don't go back. Once you've tasted the realness of the Holy Spirit, once you've seen through the lies of this world, you cannot unsee it. You might feel tired, you might cry, you might isolate, but you will not unawaken. That's the power of the Spirit inside you. That's the mark of someone called to walk with God, not just to believe in Him, but to carry Him. And that kind of person terrifies hell. The Holy Spirit doesn't just comfort the awakened, He trains them. He doesn't just speak softly, He gives instruction, warning, discernment. When you walk with Him, you begin to hear the truth in between the words people say. You begin to feel tension where others feel peace. You begin to know who someone is before they show you. And this knowing isn't paranoia. It's holy perception. It's spiritual vision. It's the gift of awareness. The more you listen, the more you understand that not everything good is from God, and not everything hard is from Satan. And with that wisdom, you become unstoppable. The enemy tries to distract the awakened because he cannot deceive them. When you're fully awakened, lies lose their flavor. Drama loses its grip. Fake love becomes too loud to ignore. You start pulling away from people who used to mean everything to you. Not because you hate them, but because your spirit outgrew their vibration. And that separation? That's not pride. That's preparation. God is setting you apart because you were never meant to blend in. When you walk in awareness, you walk in power. And I'm not talking about the kind of power the world respects. Not money, not popularity, not attention. I'm talking about spiritual power. Power that changes atmospheres when you enter a room. Power that shields your family when you pray. Power that breaks generational curses. Power that silences demonic voices with your worship. Power that heals not just bodies but minds and hearts. That's what God gives those who stay awake. And that's why Satan fights them with everything he's got. He'll come for your mind, make you second-guess your calling. He'll come for your past, remind you of everything you've done wrong. He'll come for your relationships, send counterfeits, distractions, betrayers, but he cannot touch your soul. That belongs to God. And as long as you stay rooted in the Spirit, you will overcome every single attack, not just survive it, overcome it. And how does the Holy Spirit behave in these battles? Not like the world expects. He doesn't shout, he doesn't rush, he doesn't panic. He moves in stillness. He speaks in clarity. He guides in peace. His presence doesn't always stop the storm, but it will always keep you standing through it. He gives you spiritual authority in places where others crumble. He lets you walk away from things the old you would have begged for. He fills you with grace so strong, you bless those who betrayed you and keep walking. When you're awake, the Holy Spirit becomes your internal compass. He tells you when not to answer the phone. He tells you when a compliment is actually a trap. He tells you when to leave a room where your spirit is shrinking. He teaches you that obedience is louder than talent, and stillness is stronger than shouting. He is your guide, your warning, your power source. And what is the purpose of all this? Why does God awaken certain souls and not others? Why are you feeling this pull while others are at peace in their sleep? Because God uses awakened people to shake the world. You are here to disturb what is comfortable, to expose what is hidden, to plant seeds in dry ground, to be the light that reveals where darkness has built a home. You're not just here to exist. You're here to shift the room. This is why they avoid you now, why your presence makes them uncomfortable, because your spirit reminds them of everything they're trying to forget. You don't have to speak. Just being there reveals what they're hiding. You walk in, and the atmosphere shifts, not because you're special in the worldly sense, but because your soul is clean. Your frequency is different, and darkness can't stand to be exposed. Chosen one, listen closely. You are not here to blend in. You are here to awaken. And your awakening begins with discomfort. The womb shakes before birth. The storm comes before new ground is revealed. You're in transition. You're in the in-between. But don't be afraid. Heaven never leaves its soldiers behind. If God is calling you higher, it's because He's ready to use you deeper. The reason people think you're distant now is because they don't know the cost of seeing clearly. They don't know what it's like to look at someone and see their soul, see their wounds, their deception, their struggle. You see it all, and it's exhausting, but it's also a gift, a holy gift, a dangerous gift, and you have it because you can handle it. You didn't ask for this sight, but now you see, and with seeing comes responsibility. Don't waste your discernment. Don't numb your gift just to survive. You weren't built for shallow water. You were meant to walk on waves. And here's the truth. The higher realm isn't a place you go when you die. It's a state of being. It's a spiritual altitude. And some of you are already there. You just haven't claimed it. Your body's still on earth, but your spirit is already climbing. That's why everything feels so strange. You're not fully here anymore. You're between worlds. The earth is trying to hold on to you, but heaven is pulling you up. So stop trying to be who you were. Stop trying to fit in. Stop apologizing for changing. You're not crazy. You're not antisocial. You're not depressed. You're transitioning. You're growing wings in a place where most people are still crawling. And yes, it's lonely. Yes, it hurts. Yes, some days you'll wish you could go back, but you can't. Because once you awaken, going back is death. You can pretend, but your spirit will scream. You can stay quiet, but your bones will ache. You can fake the smile, but your soul will grieve. You have to choose now. You have to choose light. Even if no one walks with you, even if no one understands, even if it costs you everything, because what God is offering is not comfort, it's purpose. What He's calling you to is not ease, it's eternity. You are being called to a higher realm because your time here as a sleeper is over. You are now a seer, a vessel, a messenger. That restlessness in your soul is your invitation. Don't ignore it, don't drown it, don't dismiss it. Sit with it, listen to it, let it guide you. It will lead you to the next level, to new assignments, to divine connections, to real healing. And to those who think you're too intense now, let them think it. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be light. You've spent years carrying everyone else's energy. You've let the world's weight crush your own voice. But now it's time to rise, not in pride, but in power, in clarity, in obedience. The one sign that confirms this is your moment is not something dramatic. It's that sacred ache in your soul, that pull toward solitude, that hunger for God, that inability to sit in fake spaces anymore. That's your confirmation. That's your doorway. That's your proof. And if you feel this right now, write it in the comments. Affirm it out loud. Claim it with your voice. Say, I feel the call. Earth can't hold me anymore. Let heaven hear you. Let hell tremble. Let your soul take its rightful place, because no matter how long you've waited, it's time. No matter how long you've stayed hidden, it's time. No matter who left, who misunderstood, who walked away, it's still time. This world isn't ready for what's inside of you, but heaven is. And God is not asking for your perfection, He's asking for your yes. So give it. Give your yes fully, without hesitation, without fear, without apology. Your spirit is not broken, it's birthing. The old you is gone. The new you is rising. And the realm you're entering is not a fantasy, it's home. It's light, it's truth, it's freedom, it's purpose. And it's waiting for you. Don't stay in a place your soul has outgrown. Don't quiet your spirit just to be accepted. Don't slow down your growth just to keep up with people who've stopped moving. Rise. God will meet you in the silence. Heaven will provide the strength. The Spirit will teach you what to say. But you must walk forward, because earth can't hold you anymore. And heaven is calling.